Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and today I'm using the Light Seers Tarot, and the reading is for Friday, March 19th, 2021. But of course, as always, I'm looking for a message that helps us heal our souls. So therefore, it won't be limited to just today. But it'd be nice to get some guidance for today as well. And I think we can do both. Okay, so the Hermit being the theme, that's a wonderful card for an inner search, for the inner quest, for learning. It always cracks me up when I see this image. Learning that the light and the answers and everything that you will need in each lifetime is within you. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't have beautiful mirrors, to each other, moving through life. And that doesn't mean that we're not all interdependent on each other. But it does mean that you don't have to hike to the top of, the Himalayas or sit in a cave for years and meditate. But it does mean, I do believe daily meditation is one of the keys to, it's the major key to getting inside of who you are. Closing your eyes, relaxing, dropping completely down into your body, deep breathing. The breath brings in more spirit, so you can literally spiritualize matter in your body with every breath, if that's your intention. But to find out who you truly are, you have to go inside. And that's what this card's all about. So yeah, it's not just for today. The Hermit will have us in a place of solitude and learning to trust our gut feelings and to, find out why we're here and which way do we go. I remember asking that all the time. Why am I here and which way do I go? Years ago, I did that for years, and that's one of the things that got me into astrology. That and noticing that both of my sons were so different, even though I pretty much raised them the same. And once I got into astrology and looked at their natal charts, it was like, oh yeah, they're just, completely different beings. And of course, we all are. So the soul search, the wisdom to know that you're a spiritual being, having a human soul experience. And we all have our unique essence. We all have our unique personality. And in the higher realms, in the highest realms of love, in the forces of love, in the universal cosmic intelligence, in the realms of God, whatever you want to call it, that realm is not complete without us. So we come in lifetime after lifetime to get back to our true home. But we can't find it without going inside. It's kind of like looking for buried treasure on the outside, but it was within you all along. Just like what Dorothy said in The Wizard of Oz, there's no place like home. And it was right there inside of her all along. So that's the theme for the day, but that's the theme for every lifetime. And with the Ace of Pentacles reversed, that just has us, that adds in that a little bit of information about don't miss the opportunity to go inside and find out who you truly are. Don't miss the opportunity. Don't stuff it down while you're here on Earth. Don't stuff it down just trying to make a lot of money or getting into the place where money and material possessions is the object will put you in the wrong path. It won't honor the path that you need to go on. But now, of course, learning to stand up for yourself and take good care of yourself and, be met for your real needs. That's part of the issue with managing time and money as humans. So there's an authority issue here in relationship with time money management, I think, even though I would often see that as the Two of Aces as well. But this one could just have us in that place of needing to go inside in order to plan for the future, because this guy plans. This is like the healthy dad that knows how to take care of his family, and he's going to map it out. He's going to figure out, well, I want to get to here, I'm here, and I want to get to here. How do I get there? And dads that are good with like road trips, that's what they do. It's like they get out the map and figure out how to get there. Or sometimes the wives do it and the dads drive. And then if you're like me on a road trip with my ex years ago when we were still married with the kids, he let me drive and he went to sleep and I went like 150 miles in the wrong direction. Because he wasn't the one with the map telling me where to go, and when he was driving, I had the map telling him, no, you got to go this way, and yeah, so we both screwed up. So anyway, back to honoring all of the life force inside of you to guide you on your way. In your spiritual quest, like as to why you're here. Don't ever miss those opportunities to ask the right questions, like which way do I need to go? And plan it out. Plan it out. Because this card reversed is about poor planning, and it's about missing opportunities, and it's about going into debt and not having the money that you want. So for some people, they may think, okay, if I go on my spiritual quest, I'm not going to be able to make the money I need. And therefore, I won't be able to take care of my family, because this is definitely a family man. But, this can be the family woman, too. I don't tend to genderize the cards. This is just a gateway of taking responsibility for what you need to create, and being dependable, and successful, and creating stability, because it's a 4. So think of like the 4 corners, like the foundation of your home. So coming from that respectful place that the Emperor, sits, it's really important to know that you don't have to spend hours every day on your spiritual quest. It can be 20 minutes of meditation anytime during the day when you're not too tired and you won't fall asleep. And you don't have to sit with your legs crossed, and you don't have to put your fingers like this and do all these things. You can just, your spine needs to be straight if you're sitting. And if you're doing it lying down, just don't do it when you're tired, because you'll probably fall asleep. It's better to do it when you're, if you have to do it lying down for any reason, that's fine, but just do it when you're not tired. And I always like to keep a notepad on my lap, or, right next to me, and I often will just take notes, like scribbles, without even looking, and you don't dot the I's or cross the T's or anything, but you just take notes, because guidance will come in eventually. At first, the process will be like, sometimes a lot of people, meet their higher self for the first time, and it brings in a lot of tears, because it's like, oh, where have you been, but once you start doing it every day, it later on will turn into, it takes time, because you have to clear out all the cobwebs, but what happens, if you invest in it, what will happen is that it'll turn out to be a very creative way of manifesting whatever it is that you want. You'll find yourself visualizing, getting inside and deciding what you really want, and then figuring out how to manifest it. And that's what these cards are about. So I think the message today is, don't miss those opportunities to manifest from the inside out. And it's always an inner job, it's always an inside job. So, okay, well, that's it with those cards. Let's Move him up here. Let's use the Animal Spirit Oracle. I keep getting this card. And we got this card before, too. Okay, on this one, yeah, same cards, okay. I think today the message has to do with putting it into context of being on our path. So to remember that to be in peace reminds us of who we truly are. We are loving, peaceful, powerful beings. Love, peace, and power. Deep down inside, we are all comprised of love, peace, and power. And life can be a power management issue as to where to expend our energy and where not to, and where to prioritize. But if we, like Giraffe Spirit says, see the big picture, we'll go in the right direction. And our guides, every time we meditate, I always like to call in my guides. I use the kind of a mantra of, from the highest forces of love and truth. And I'm not at all religious. I'm just not. But I call in Christ because he's been there all along, and he's very powerful, and that's who I work with. But you can call in anyone you want. You can call in Kuan Yin, Andamayama, you can call in Archangel Michael, you can call in any of the archangels, you can call in, your guides that work with the archangels. I tend to ask my guides to protect my space, and then the energy's set for me to go in and get the information that I want. So, and I do that every time I start a reading. So seeing the big picture and setting up the big picture of what you want to experience, and then know that your guides are around. I think that there are a multitude of beings around each one of us trying to help us get together, trying to help us create whatever it is that we want, and inspire us. Most of all, they will inspire us in the right direction. If you're getting negative voices at all, sometimes that's like lower self-guidance, which is still okay. It's just information to let you know about a false belief. But you never want to sit down and meditate and just open up to any spirit unless you've set the container first. At least I wouldn't recommend that. I'm a believer of healthy, strong, firm boundaries. Right? I don't want to channel just any being, and I don't want to open up to just any entity. Because they're there. You can get them, of course. But again, like these cards are saying, like, don't miss the opportunity to meditate daily is what I'm getting, and to know that that's where you're going to find that you're never alone. There's like a big party going on inside of you once you hook up to your guides and your universe inside. I promise. But you may at first have to go through experiences of feeling like no one's there. And it's not true at all. It's just that it takes time to filter through the obstacles. So sometimes you have to meditate to learn how to meditate, and it just takes time. But if you do a lot of deep breathing, and not up into your head, like not through your nose and out through your mouth, because I feel like that energizes the brain too much. And what you're wanting to do is drop down into your body, because your body, your core has all the answers. Our mind is just to get the messages and then relay them. And also, with a healthy ego to help plan your future, of course. But the inspiration will come from the feeling levels. So just imagine that, with Giraffe Spirit here saying that look at the big picture, to see the big picture, you have to imagine that this is just one lifetime of who knows how many hundreds of thousands or thousand or hundreds, who knows, that you've had. And you've never come in alone, and you won't leave alone. Your guides and your guardian angels will be right there with you. They are with us every step of the way. At least that's what I believe. And I think that we can take a lot of peace in that. So I think that's it for today. Thanks so much, you guys, for listening, and I hope everyone's well. Take good care. Be back soon. Bye.